Hey everybody, what is up? This is Cam Jennings, aka Cam Fats, coming at you on behalf of EpicConversions.com and the ECPM. That's the Epic Conversions Private Mastermind. For those in the know, hope you guys are doing amazing out there on this fine Monday afternoon. It is Monday afternoon right here in the great state of Ohio, where I'm at, and it is a nice day outside, man. It is a beautiful day outside here. Too beautiful to be sitting in here recording this video, and yet here I am in the middle of another product launch, just trying to put out some cool free content for you guys, to help you out in your online businesses, because that is my passion. That is what I'm driven by, helping other people achieve some degree of success in their online businesses. That's what I'm here for. So anyways, what I want to talk about today. People are always talking to me about prices. How should I price things? How do you price things? How do you decide what to price the stuff you put out there? Okay. Well, I think when it comes to pricing your stuff, some of it depends on a few things, right? One thing it depends on is where you're releasing the product at. Okay. Um, for example, the product that I just put out yesterday, I put it out on Warrior Plus. Now, Warrior Plus, now I don't mean this in a negative way, I mean it in a positive way, but it is true, whether you take it negatively or take it positively. Warrior Plus, in my opinion, is the garage sale of the internet marketing community, of the internet marketing space. It's like a community garage sale on Warrior Plus. That's what it's like. And when people come to Warrior Plus and look for products, they're looking for those kind of prices. They're looking for garage sale prices. So your job when you release a product on Warrior Plus is to be like the garage sale that has the coolest products for the cheap prices. You have the garage sale prices, but you have really good value too. Like, the idea is to have like a $50 value, have a $50 value, $50 quality for, $10 price, right? That's the idea. Because how many of you have been to a garage sale and found like a steal of a deal? Like, you found something just amazing. I wish I had this Dungeons and Dragons box set that I found at a garage sale a few years back. I paid like $1 for it, and it's an original Dungeons and Dragons box set. I mean, I looked it up on eBay when I got home. It was like worth like $70 or $80 or something. But I never plan on getting rid of it. I think it's awesome, just to have it. It's really cool. I have no plans of getting rid of it. But the point is, that made me feel good. Like, I got something for $1 that I knew had like amazing value, right? So that's what it's like on Warrior Plus. You can't go to the Warrior Plus marketplace and charge like $197 for a front end product. That kind of price tag belongs in the funnel of your product. If you try to put that on the front end, what's going to happen is not a lot of people are going to buy it. I mean, maybe if you got your own list that you're pushing traffic to that thing, then maybe that's different. But if that's the case, I don't suggest launching it through Warrior Plus, because it doesn't make sense. Why are you paying Warrior Plus a transaction fee for every sale when you're pushing all the traffic with your list? It doesn't make any sense. The only reason to launch products on Warrior Plus is if you're trying to attract affiliates to push traffic for you. So in that kind of a scenario, what you need is low priced front end products with fully realized funnels. Okay, fully realized funnels. What is up? I am sorry I don't see your name. There's something with StreamYard. You gotta have like the StreamYard app or something for me to see your name. I'm sorry I don't see your name, but hello to you too, man. And winky face right back at you, man. That's awesome. It is good to see people on here today. So anyways, yeah, so it's pricing is a little bit dependent on Gary. What's up, my man? Cool. Gary got some sales. Gary, thanks for affiliating with Trench Gimmicks. My man did a review video for Trench Gimmicks. It was a great review video, and got some sales on it. So that's that's good to see, man. I'm glad to see my fellow affiliates making sales on my product. I actually adjusted the sales page a little bit today, Gary. It was converting at 12% this morning, and I adjusted it a little bit just to kind of like add a little bit to it. So hopefully, let's see if that, I think that raised conversions. You know what? I got my numbers pulled up right now. I'm going to just check that real quick, and I'll tell you if that raised conversion rates. Because it seems like during the middle of a launch, whenever I launch a product, I don't know about you guys, but whenever I launch a product, I'm watching these numbers like a hawk, like all through the launch. All I'm doing is watching numbers. I literally had nightmares about numbers last night. Just nightmares about numbers attacking me. Yeah, I'm at 12% right now. So my little adjustment to the sales page, I don't think it really did too much, but that's okay. That's all right. Here's the thing. I'm happy with 12% conversion rate. 12% conversion rate, I mean, that's good, man. Anything over 10%, I'm okay with. It's got a $1.29 visitor value, and it's good, man. Average sale is $12.72. Now, average sale is $12.72 on a $6 product. This is a product that is $5.97. So on a $5.97 product, to have that visitor value of $12.72, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. You guys want to see what the funnel looks like for Trench Gimmicks? I'll kind of map it out for you guys if you want. I'm really happy with Trench Gimmicks, man. I'm really happy with the way things are going with that product, actually. That's my first just audio product where the whole thing was audio, and it's pretty special. My wife actually volunteered to do the transcriptions for me, so that was really nice of her. I wasn't gonna, really do the transcription, and I'll tell you guys why I wasn't gonna do the transcription, because I was gonna do machine transcription, okay, which I was gonna do through Otter.ai. I don't know if you guys have ever used that service or not. It's pretty good. It's okay. But here's the thing. To have the transcription done, it's not so cost effective. You know what I mean? To figure that out, you basically got to say, okay, well, how much am I going to spend having 2.5 hours of audio transcribed? And then you say, well, I'm going to spend roughly between $100 and $200. Okay. And then you say, okay, well, what's this for? Well, this is just for like a bump. We'll say it's a $10 bump. And then you got to figure out how many people on average are going to buy the front end. And then you can estimate how many people are going to buy the bump. So like for me, I estimated between 100 and 200 people are going to buy the front end product on Trench Gimmicks. So we'll just put that an average of 150 people. Now, if we say 150 people, maybe I should share my screen. I'm not going to worry about it. Who wants to look at me type on a calculator? 150 times 30% is, so basically 45 of those people would buy the $10 bump, if truly 30%, which is generous for a $10 bump. I think 30% is not necessarily conservative. I don't think that's so conservative. Let's see what it's actually converting at right now. This might be boring for you guys. I don't know. I don't usually share this stuff with ECPM. I usually share it with the Insiders Club. But that's okay. We're in the private mastermind. We're sharing some numbers and stuff. Let me just see what's doing here. Let's see what's going on. I'm trying to figure out what the bump is converting at right now. So I'm just wanting to kind of check this offer real quick, guys, and I'll tell you, I don't know that it's converting at 30%. That would be pretty crazy if it was converting at 30%. But anyways, if we assume it would convert at 30%, and then we take this 45 people and we times that by 10, we get $450. Now let's just say I spend $200 on the transcription, and I got to dealing with someone else from Fiverr or from whatever transcription service, and then having to give it back to them for edits if it's not right. And it's just annoying. You know what I mean? Like, I'm the kind of person, like, sometimes I go to the drive-thru at a fast food place, and like I just double whatever the person with me is ordering. Like if my wife's ordering something, whatever she gets, I just tell them to double it. Or whatever my kid's ordering, I just tell them to double it. That might sound insane to you guys, but that's just how I am. I have so many things on my mind and so many things to think about that I don't always like to deal with the little stuff. Like I'll just double someone else's thing because I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. I just get it and go. So like the idea of paying someone to transcribe for me, $200, and when I see that I'm only going to make like 450 on it, it feels like I just don't want to deal with the hassle. You know what I mean? Like it's better for me just to like get the machine transcription and then put a little warning at the top that says, "Hey, this is a machine transcription. It might not be 100% accurate. Expect errors." And then I don't want to sell that because it has the errors. So instead, I'll just put it in the original product as a bonus. But my wife had some free time, her precious soul, and she offered to transcribe for me. I was like, dude, that's amazing. That would be awesome. So she actually donated her time and did that for me. So, which I thought was really, really awesome. So it really helped. And that is why we have a bump with an action guide and a transcription and a free coaching call. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, Warrior Plus is kind of weird because with Warrior Plus, it doesn't show me like, I'm just probably looking in the wrong place, but right now I'm not seeing a conversion rate on my bump offer. So I'm just kind of like, well, I'm not sure. It doesn't matter. The actual numbers don't really matter for this lesson anyway. The point is, sometimes it just doesn't feel cost effective to do certain things. And like whenever you're launching products, you always kind of wonder, is that cost effective for what I'm trying to do? Does it make sense? I got to weigh how much time is going to be spent on it versus how much money I stand to make on it, and then kind of weigh that against how much it's going to cost me in time and money to do it. And sometimes it makes sense and sometimes it doesn't. Like the machine transcriptions made sense. Paying someone who I don't know to transcribe it for me, it's like it didn't make sense to me. I mean, maybe if it was part of a package that was going to make a few $1,000, then it made sense. But being a part of a package that, if it's converting at 30%, is going to make about $400 or $500, it doesn't quite make sense for me. Some people say I'm kind of a cheapskate, so I don't know. But anyways, that's kind of what I think. But what were we talking about? We were talking about pricing. So I think that when it comes to pricing, a couple things you got to consider when it comes to pricing, because I got off a little tangent there that wasn't exactly staying true to what our conversation was about. When it comes to pricing, there's a couple things I consider. One is the platform I'm launching on, where I'm putting the product out at. Two, who's driving my traffic. If I'm driving my own traffic, it doesn't necessarily matter what platform I put the product out on. I'm driving the traffic, so it doesn't matter. But if I'm getting traffic organically from that platform, or if I'm getting traffic from other sources that are used to buying from that platform, then I have to respect the platform I'm on. And that's why I say when it comes to a platform like Warrior Plus, it's the garage sale of internet marketing, in my opinion. And some people might hear me say that and take offense to it, but I mean that in a nice way. I love garage sales personally. I love them. I absolutely love garage sales. I love going to garage sales and finding good deals on stuff. So another thing, when you're trying to figure out what to price something at, sorry guys, I kind of drew a blank there. Another thing that you got to think when it comes to how am I gonna kind of price this thing, you got to consider what your goal is. What is my goal with this product? Trench Gimmicks is priced a little lower than the average Warrior Plus product. The average Warrior Plus product is priced between $10 and $20. Trench Gimmicks is priced at $5.97. It's lower than the average price on Warrior Plus. Why? Well, a couple reasons. I wanted to create a little disruption with the market. People going to Warrior Plus, because I know it's the garage sale of internet marketing, I know the people going there love deals. They love a good deal. And I also know that most people will take a shot on a $5.97 product, right? Because there's a chance it could be really good. And if it's not very good, they haven't really lost much. So like it's low risk, high reward. Low risk, high reward. So like, and then that comes to your goal, right? That's another thing. When you're trying to figure out how to price things, you got to consider your goal, right? And with Trench Gimmicks, my primary goal is, I haven't launched in about 6 months, and I haven't really emailed my list a whole lot, a little bit here and there, but not a lot. So I had a primary goal to refortify and re-strengthen my email list. I wanted to refortify and re-strengthen my buyers list. So that's my primary. Okay. So when that's my primary goal, I need to make sure that front end converts very well. And I also need to make sure that buyers are on my list and they want to be on my list. Right. So that's my primary goal. So it made sense from that standpoint. But I also needed to create a win-win. So that brings me to the funnel of Trench Gimmicks. I want to now, I'll just show you. Let me just map out the funnel for you really quick. And I got to get off here pretty soon because I got to enjoy this. It's like a beautiful day outside. I don't know if you guys can see, but like, listen, it's beautiful outside. I got to get outside. But let me show you really quick though. This is interesting. All right. So I'm going to share my screen. Okay. All right. So, all right, here's a simple paint diagram. I don't know if this is the best way to explain this, but okay. So we're going to do it like this. Okay. So here's the front end for Trench Gimmicks. Okay. This right here is going to represent the bump offer. All right. Now we have an OTO 1 right here. We have an OTO 2 right here. And then we have a DS1 right here. Okay. So with Trench Gimmicks, front end is $5.97. Okay. Bump is $9.97. All right. Pretty cool. Now everyone who buys the front will be offered the bump on the checkout. Okay. The front end is the audio version of Trench Gimmicks. Also, you get the streaming version of Trench Gimmicks. And also you get something else. For some reason, I'm drawing a blank. Oh, you get 3 secret bonuses also. So it's really cool. For $6, it's awesome. And then on the checkout, you get the bump, which is $9.97. And that includes the transcriptions, the quick action guide, and one done for you. No, it includes one coaching call, one group coaching call. Can you imagine a group coaching call for $10? I mean, it's crazy, right? So here we have a situation where the front end over delivers, the bump over delivers. Okay. After they get through checkout and purchase, they'll be offered OTO 1. The OTO 1 is $27. $27. And what do we have at $27? You get the visual learners package of Trench Gimmicks, because Trench Gimmicks is an audio product. With the visual learners package, you get the video presentation version, which is actually slideshow presentations for every single chapter of Trench Gimmicks. Also, you get an annotated version of that. And that's really cool. I've never done that before. But what that is, with the annotated version, you get basically, I've turned the audio track down to the visual presentations. And I've turned the audio track down to a very low volume. And I talk as we go through the visual presentations. And I add more insight into what's happening, and extra tactics, extra strategies, extra insight. Basically, I was inspired by those director tracks that you get on deleted scenes of like DVDs. You ever buy like a special edition of a DVD or something? And maybe some of you haven't, because younger people don't buy DVDs anymore, but all of us older guys, we remember DVDs, and we buy like special editions of these DVDs, and sometimes they'd come with bonuses, extra stuff on the DVD. And one thing that they'd come with sometimes is like a director track of the movie where like you could watch the movie, but the volume of the movie would be turned down very low where you could still kind of hear it, but it was like background noise. And in the foreground, you'd hear the director talking about the scenes that were being shot and the things that were happening. So that's kind of what the annotated version of the video presentation of Trench Gimmicks is. And you get that in the Visual Learners package. It's pretty cool. But not only do you get the visual presentation with all the slideshows and the annotated version of the visual presentation, you also get 2 group coaching calls. One on the 9th, coming right up here, and then one a month from now, after you've had time to like take action on the stuff in Trench Gimmicks. So can you imagine 2 group coaching calls and the visual presentation and the annotated version of the visual presentation all for $27? I mean, it's crazy. But the point is, what we notice is in all 3 of these cases, I'm undercharging and over delivering, which is all well and good. What happens here, if they say no to this, okay, or if they say yes to this, whether they say no or yes to this, they're going to be offered this. What is this? This is $197. What do they get for $197? Okay, I have an Insiders Club. It's $10.80 a month. It's on sale right now. It has a tier 2. It's called ECIC Plus, and it's $12.79 a month. And ECIC Plus basically gives you access to all of my stuff back to 2018. So like, 3 years worth of stuff. It's a ton of stuff in there. All the done for you content packages, all the products I've released, all the group coaching calls, all the way back to 2018. And that's $12.79 a month. Well, for $197, you get lifetime access to that club. So basically, after so many months, it just pays for itself. You know what I mean? But it's the one-time payment option for ECIC Plus. Now, if you don't want that, you will then be offered this option down here, right? And this option down here is just the ECIC at $10.80 a month. Okay, that's what this is down here. Now that's the funnel for Trench Gimmicks. It's a very basic funnel. It's not very big, but what you got to remember is we're creating a win here, a win-win. So one, the customer must win. So in this scenario, the customer wins because at every point in my funnel, we've over-delivered. We've over-delivered at every point in the funnel, okay? So the customer must win. Check, right? Check that box off, all right? 2, I must win, okay? Well, I have set this funnel up to convert good on the front end, but also make money in the funnel, okay? We got reoccurring here. We got a mid-ticket right here. We got a step up right here, and we got a bump right here. So 100% commissions to my 100% commissions to my affiliates on the front, and then 50% through the funnel. Okay, so I stand to make a little bit of money here. All right, and then I have a follow-up sequence that I will make more money on. So I must win. We check that box off. And 3, my partners and affiliates must win. Okay. Now, that's very important. If you're going to launch products, everybody involved must win. So my partners and affiliates must win. How do they win? I have to create a funnel that put them in a position to make some money. All right. So this mid ticket here puts them in a position to make a little money. Okay. At 50% and 100% on the front end, 50% here, 50% here, 50% here, and 50% here. They're in a position to make a little bit of money. They're in a position to make a little bit of reoccurring, and they're in a position to convert highly on a low ticket front end. So this funnel checks off all the boxes. Now, is this funnel light? Could it be bigger? Could we all make more money if it was bigger? Yes, we could make more money if it was bigger, but I haven't launched in 6 months, and I just wanted to keep it really, really simple. I haven't launched in, like I said, 6 months, and I haven't emailed my list as much as I should have. So it was a little disengaged, and I just wanted to kind of start simple, come to the table with a good offer, and kind of just start the wheel turning, kind of to build some momentum for the last quarter of the year. Because what I want to do is I want to come back towards the end of September and launch another one. And then I'd like to launch in October, November, and possibly December. So, and really just kind of get the momentum going. So that's what I'd like to do and finish strong leading into 2022. That's what I would like to do. And obviously, plans change sometimes, and you never know what's going to happen. But those are my plans right now. I know, Gary. A $10 coaching call is insane. Thank you. I know it's crazy, but you know what? It's what you got to do sometimes. Sometimes you just got to disrupt the market and throw it out there. That's what I say. But anyways, yeah, so that's it, right? And I just wanted to talk about it because I know people are always talking about price, on how to price things, and I just kind of wanted to give you a little insight into how like I think about things when I go to price something. I feel like you got to create the triple win scenario, and you have to pay attention to where you're putting the product at, and how other things are priced, and is there a way that you could maybe price to disrupt, but at the same time, still kind of like, just kind of keeping it kind of congruent with the basic ballpark of what's happening in that market. Now, look, all that goes out the window if your primary traffic is your list. If it's your list, then you base the pricing on what they're used to paying. You know what your list is used to paying for stuff. Then it doesn't really matter where you launch if you're driving traffic from your list. But at the same time, there's no reason to launch on an affiliate driven platform like Warrior Plus or JVZoo or ClickBank if you're driving traffic from your list. That doesn't make sense. Save the transaction fee, transaction fee for Warrior Plus. I'd have to I could calculate the transaction fees that I paid on Warrior Plus over the last several launches, but generally I pay them a few $100s every time I launch in transactional fees. Between them and Warrior Plus, between like Warrior Plus and like your processor like PayPal, I mean, you're going to pay several $100s out for processing, just transactional fees. It adds up, man. When you start pushing like several hundred units, it starts adding up. So it's not a big deal if you're trying to use affiliate traffic. But again, if you're just gonna do your list and you're not trying to get affiliates on board, it doesn't always make sense to use Warrior Plus to do something like that, or JVZoo or any of this other stuff. It's like just adding an extra middleman for no reason. And I've been guilty of using them to do like little internal launches too. So, and you know why? Convenience. It's just convenient, just to, because everything else is going through that network, so it's just convenient to do it. But it'd be smarter, really, to go through like PayPal directly or something like that, and just save the transaction fee. So I don't know. I mean, sometimes it's just kind of like, it's you could drive yourself crazy thinking about every single little dime every once in a while. You know what I mean? Every single little dime. But I don't know. I think it's important to think about it. But there's a point where it doesn't matter. Like at small levels, like if I'm doing an internal launch just to my list, and I know I'm probably going to sell like 100 or something. I mean, I don't know if it really matters that much at that point. It's like, okay, yeah, I'm going to pay Warrior Plus the transactional fees, but I can run my funnel through there, and it's all simple and easy, and I'm used to using it. If I was going to do like 2,000 units all coming from my list, it definitely doesn't make sense to use Warrior Plus, and I wouldn't do that. Or like if I was doing like a mentorship program at like $1,000 or something, and I only plan to take like 5 people or something like that. That doesn't make sense to run that through Warrior Plus. That's going to be a giant chunk of change that you're going to give Warrior Plus for a transactional fee, because they're going to take a percentage of that 1,000, and they're going to take like, I don't know, like 30 cents or something. So, anyways, it doesn't always make sense, is what I'm trying to say. And I am rambling on and on and on. I just got this book in the mail today, which is pretty cool. I haven't had time to read it because I've been busy doing product launch stuff. But everyone's been talking about this book. It's 99 cents on Kindle. It was not 99 cents to get it in real life. It was like 22 bucks to get this in real life, which I think is kind of pricey. It's not like that thick of a book, but it was $22, and I hope it's really good. I've heard really good things about it. One of the people who I love watching their live streams, Rich Sheffrin, said it was a really cool book, and he's a really smart guy, so I usually listen to what he says. But anyways, we're gonna see. I'll keep you guys updated on that one. I guess that's it. I've rambled on for 30 minutes. What's happening? I hope you guys have an amazing afternoon, an amazing rest of your day. I am trying to get out of day 2 on my product launch. I'm going to be running this thing for 2 more days. Then I'm going to take that sucker up to $27 on the front end. So what I say is, if you're going to pick up Trench Gimmicks, if you're not in the Insiders Club already, and you're going to pick Trench Gimmicks up, get it today, tomorrow, or Wednesday. Do not wait. There's no reason under the sun to pay $27 for something that you can buy for $5.97 right now. Now, is it worth $27? Yes. Trench Gimmicks is worth $27, but there's no reason to pay that for it. Over the next few days, you can get it far, far cheaper. So, you know what I really like though about, and I see your comment, Gary, and I'm gonna talk about this in a second. Somebody, I was watching a review video. Shane did a review video. You guys know Shane Mormazine. He's in the group here, and he's in the Insiders Club too. He did a review video for Trench Gimmicks, and he was talking about, he listened to it twice. He listened to it all the way through, and then he put it on again and listened to it, and he was falling asleep. And he said that he felt like it was one of those products where it has a lot of replay value. Like, you'll revisit Trench Gimmicks in like 3 or 4 months, and like you'll learn something different than you learned the last time. And that made me really happy to hear that, because that's exactly the kind of thing that I was going for. I wanted it to be something that people could revisit and get more out of it. So I was really happy to hear that. So that's awesome. And Gary was talking about, I need to get a list of your book recommendations. Dude, that's a good idea, man. We should put something together. Hey, I need to get a list of your book recommendations, Gary. So maybe we should start a post right here in the ECPM of book recommendations for everybody. Maybe I will do that today if I remember, or you can do it and I will add to your list. But that is a fantastic idea, man. And we need to make that happen, because I read a lot of books and I have book recommendations, but my favorite books to discover are things I learn from other people like you, Gary. I get my book recommendations from other people like you guys. I mean, to me, like, book recommendations, and this is cool because like back in the 90s, I used to learn about new bands from other people, and we'd trade CDs and we'd trade cassette tapes. Back in the early 90s and late 80s, we'd trade cassette tapes, but people don't really do that anymore for music. Now everybody just gets their music on YouTube and like Spotify and stuff, or iTunes. But with books, it's still kind of like that. It's still cool to get recommendations and stuff from other people. So, it's cool and it's fun to learn about an interesting book from other people, I think. So I'm thinking of getting Audible, and I need recommendations. Planning on listening to while I take my walks. That's a really cool idea, Gary. I think that's a fantastic idea. I've been listening to podcasts while I take my walks, and that's been pretty enjoyable. I've enjoyed the whole podcast listening thing. And I don't listen to my podcast because I'm already doing that too much. So but I listen to other people's. But yeah, I think that's a fantastic idea. Listen to some good books while you're walking and stuff, man. Take your mind off of the calf aches and shin splints. So, anyways, I guess I better get off here. I've wasted enough time. Thanks so much for all you guys' support on Trench Gimmicks. And that's all I got. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace, everybody.